Tsarist and Communist Russia, 1855 to 1917. Alexander II, Emancipation of the Tsarist and attempts at domestic and military reform. Alexander II was born 29th of April 1818 and ruled from the 2nd of March 1855 to the 13th of March 1881. The Emancipation Edict of 1861. This granted freedom to the serfs with an allotment of land. Their former landowners received government compensation, and free serfs had to pay redemption payments to their former owners. They had to remain in their peasant communes, which were still sort of supervised by the volosts. The results of the Emancipation Edict. There had been an emergence of kulaks called well-off serfs. They could buy extra land to produce surplus grain for export. Others sold up their allocation or obtained a passport to leave. But many of the other peasants felt cheated as land allocations were rarely fair. There was also a loss of former benefits, restrictions on travel, burden of the redemption payments, and the landowners hated their loss of influence. Military reforms. Conscription was made compulsory for all nobles from the age of 21, and the length of service was reduced from 25 years to 15 years. Punishments were less severe and with better provisioning and medical care. Modern weaponry was used and there was a new command structure. Military colleges were built with better training for non-noble officer corps. Literacy improved and there was mass army campaigns in the 1870s to 90s. Local government reforms. They brought the local councils called Zemstva, which was run by the nobles. They had the power to improve public services such as roads, schools and prisons. However, their power was limited as they had no control over the state and local taxes. Provincial governors continued to appoint the officials. Judiciary reforms. There was a new system brought which was modelled on the West. Equality before the law was established. Criminal cases were heard before barristers and jury, which were made up of property owners. The judges were appointed by the Tsar, which had better training and pay. Local justices of peace were elected every 3 years by the Zemstva. Courts were now open to the public with new systems that were fairer and less corrupt. Limitations. Trials by juries never established in Poland and Western provinces and Caucasus. Military courts were excluded from the reforms. Peasantry and volost courts were treated differently from the nobles. Education reforms. There was an increase in the need of basic literacy and numeracy. Universities could govern themselves and appoint new staffs. Responsibility for schooling was transferred from the Russian Orthodox Church to the Zemstva. Primary and secondary education expanded and schools were open for all, regardless of class or sex. Other reforms. There was a half-hearted attempt to eliminate corruption in the church, and there was some kind of reform in the conditions of the national/ethnic minorities within Russia.